Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well. So, barely 6 weeks into this dystopian nightmare, and we're now living in an unrecognisable world. We can't hold an opinion. Conjecture is now a criminal offence. So in any given situation, do not be tempted to go for the Cluedo syndrome, as I call it. Don't express an opinion that it was Mrs. Brown in the dining room with the iron bar, because you'll get a knock at the door, or so we are told. Is it simply a case that they are trying to hoodwink the entire nation to believe that these ridiculous sentences in these hurriedly organised kangaroo courts would actually stand up? I would say probably not. In fact, reading between the lines, they have already mentioned about releasing people early. I'm of the opinion that many of them will be released before they go to appeal. But I'm not a legal mind. I do have family who is into law, and they seem to be of the opinion that if they allow any of these appeals to go to court, they are in serious danger of either facilitating some form of legal precedent or discrediting themselves completely, even more than they already have done, if that's actually possible. But going back to what we can say, who would have ever thought that conjecture would become a criminal offence in the bastion of democracy that is, sadly, was the United Kingdom. But there we are. This is where we are at the moment. Personally, from my own experience, I did find that despite the narrative, despite the political will or the appearance of political will, speaking too openly is not wanted. Not by the political classes, of course, not by the parties, surprisingly, because everybody is treading on eggshells. And for that reason, we find ourselves in a situation where the political classes want to prevent us from speaking out. The political parties are petrified of being pigeonholed and deemed to be far right. And Joe Public is scared to speak up because they are concerned not only about being branded an offender, but more importantly and understandably, the risk to their own business, their own employment, even their bank account. And these are real and present dangers, because there is a determined toxic element in the background who will collectively pursue anyone who contradicts this awful direction that we are heading in with malice aforethought. And they are absolutely ruthless. Unfortunately, there is no reason to their rhyme or reason, to what they do. As they say, you can't pick the sense out of nonsense. So for the time being, we need to tread very, very carefully. But the judicial process will probably grant us some sort of reprieve at some point, even though the judicial process itself is questionable. That's all I can say on the matter for the moment. I normally speak a little too much, and I have been told to curtail my tongue in more than one way by more than one person or persons. I think that's self-explanatory, don't you think? Have a lovely weekend. Speak to you soon. Bye.